What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
The time has come. Charles's intentions are clear and Auteur's situation is finally solved. We kind of expected this to happen later in Season 5, but the creators of the show surprised us since we weren't expecting 2 cases to be solved in 1 episode. However, we previously said that this is going to be one of Riverdale's seasons where we should expect a lot of changes, and Episode 2 of Season 5 is filled with so much. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Spoilers for Chapter 78, The Preppy Murders are ahead. A preppy murderer. So now we have a preppy murderer on the loose. One of the reasons we absolutely adore Riverdale is the ongoing mysteries that often know how to surprise us. Now, because of the pandemic, what was initially intended as last season's big resolution episode just played out. Fans of the show are left with different opinions. Some state this was the best Riverdale could ever pull off, while others are feeling kind of meh. Let's get into the story. As if the first episode wasn't shocking enough, we didn't think that by the second episode we'll be this shocked. By the end of Episode 2, we'll see significant changes in the Lodge family. Archie, KJ Apa, is kind of losing it, but the most shocking thing is the Auteur identity revealed. We're starting off with Archie. The most recent video of Auteur revealed things about Archie's dad, and Archie is messed up. A lot. He's so messed up that he randomly goes to sweaty runs to the cemetery. Veronica tells him to pretend they're still together for the final school week, and this leads to a lot of drama. Later, we can see Hiram trying to choke him out at his gym for the things he did to her daughter. The poor Archie then hears his mom asking if he's ready to write a letter to the judge about his father's case, requesting mercy for the man. As we can see, Archie is in a terrible situation. Mr. Augustine asks Archie for the letter himself, as his son has now admitted the crime. As if this wasn't enough, when Archie comes home, he discovers his mother watching the videotape, crying. Obviously frustrated, Archie splits the tape in half and takes it back to the television set. Drama, drama, drama. Uncle Frank comes and Archie just tries to get his anger out. Later, the 3 of them sit together. Frank looks like he's ready to turn himself in for the things he did in this past. Meanwhile, Archie writes that letter for the kid who killed his dad.
What's going on? It's the middle of the night.
Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. I'm still wired from prom, I guess.
It's okay.
Veronica. We saw Hermosa in this episode as she played a major part in the plot twists that followed. 3 Malloy men appear at Pops, and they have some bad news. They almost shoot Veronica, and this is where Hermosa kills them. She kills them with her registered gun, and Veronica's reaction is like, yeah, well, okay, it's not a big deal that you just killed 3 men with your registered gun. And Hermosa doesn't stop here. No. She succeeds at convincing Veronica that it's time for Hiram to retire. What happens? They try to convince Hermione to sell them her parts of Lodge Industries and get them a copy of Hiram's contact book. They're plotting an antagonistic move. But when it comes to Hiram, he's not really bothered, so Hermosa gets some of her people to defeat Hiram. Later, when Daddykins asks Veronica for help, she's not really into it and says no. She tells him he can exit the business fairly or die in the way. At a Lodge family gathering, Hiram grants to take a vacation after Veronica's graduation, so Veronica will head to college and Hermosa can take control of things. Back to Hermione. Well, she's divorcing him. As it looks, she was there to protect Veronica. Hermione is using Andy Cohen up on his suggestion to become a real housewife of New York.
Yoo-hoo! Archiekins! Over here, lover boy. Play along.
Cheryl. Now, the school's graduation gowns are blue. This is not acceptable for Cheryl. Well, of course. So she starts a fight about this. She then starts a Blossom family meeting, and the meeting is on Zoom. It appears the governor has allowed declaring some of their land grounds for the people their family has earlier used in the wrong way. There, they can rebuild and reopen the factory and rebrand Blossom Maple Syrup, a business with Cheryl in the director's place. But the family is not really impressed. Therefore, Cheryl visited Penelope, and we were not ready for this. She tells her daughter to get an alibi. Why, did you wonder? Well, she's going to kill the entire family. That's exactly what happens. We're almost to the end of the episode, and Cheryl's whole family has poisoned themselves to, as the suicide note says, atone for their sins. Now, can you guess who has taken control of the Blossom holdings? It's Cheryl, of course. Did you guys notice when Penelope stepped out of a secret bookcase in the wall? What the hell is happening?
There is some Blossom family business I need to attend to.
Well, in the meantime, I'll keep working on Nana.
Betty and Jughead. Are you guys still coping with the fact that Betty and Jughead's families are now one family and they live together under one roof? They are practically like siblings, and of course they share an actual sibling, and they sleep in the same bed. Did Riverdale turn into a telenovela? Now back to the pair. Betty and Jughead wake up to a call from Brett at 3 a.m. He asks for them to get him transferred to solitary, and in return, they'll get something they really, really want. However, they don't make it in time since Brett has been killed when they get to the prison. The front desk cop just told them this information. However, Betty and Jughead get more pieces of information at the coroner's office. Brett had many stab wounds to the stomach. While talking with Charles, they realize that David arranged a hit on Brett. So then, when they find David killed at a cabin, we're all kind of relieved. We saw that Jughead got accepted into the University of Iowa's Writers' Workshop, and later, Donna called Betty in the middle of the night. According to her, Joan is also dead. Betty simply hangs up, not really believing these words. The very next day, she calls Joan, and that's where she realizes that Donna was right. There's a free, preppy murderer. This is where it gets interesting. They get another video delivered to their doorstep. In the video footage, we can see Auteur entering their home. He gets into Jellybean's bedroom and feels a knife to Jellybean's cheek. Now they pack up and go to the 5 Seasons, so this is where things get revealed. Auteur has been everywhere, watching, listening to everything. So let's go to Charles. In the house, Betty faces him, and he directly admits to killing Joan and Brett. Well, his boyfriend Chick killed Brett. So Charles kills people who only deserve to be killed. However, he's not behind the tapes as Betty forces him to confess if he is. But no, the question remains, who's behind the videotapes?
Your friend's father owns this prison, right? I need you to get me transferred to solitary immediately, and then I'll spill. And trust me?
Jellybean. Betty and Jughead keep investigating, and Jughead finally realizes it. He thinks about who could have had access to the information on the tapes. Jellybean is the auteur. She doesn't hesitate to confess as she does it immediately. Did you guys crack this before Archie? Or were you caught by surprise? Let us know. Jughead tells everything to FP. The videos began when Jughead went away to Stonewall Prep. Jellybean thought the best way to make Jug stay would be a puzzle, and her friend Ricky got her to Blue Velvet Video. At the very end, FP hugs her and tells her it's all okay. We expect more drama in the next episodes, and as we all know, Riverdale Season 5 has just started. Details. There are some interesting details really dedicated Riverdale fans have noticed. The first one is Brett's full name, which is Brett Weston Wallace, an interesting piece on American Psycho author Bret Easton Ellis. Now, what about Hermosa's plan? What do you think will happen with her in the next episodes? Last but not least, Cheryl's family business meeting was held over Zoom. With the whole ongoing situation, this was a very clever touch. What are your general thoughts about Season 5, Episode 2 of Riverdale? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos. As always, thanks for watching, guys.